Welcome to the Life After Life podcast, where we explore our soul's physical and non-physical journey. I'm Majona. Let's discuss angels, guides, and loved ones from the other side. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Well, you have Thomas and Majona here.
Hello.
And we're going to address a request from a listener.
Love these. Yes.
Yeah.
These are the best because this is what's on your mind. So, as you're talking, triggers thoughts. And a lot of these thoughts, you can't go to Google and find an answer to. So this is great. Bring the questions on.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, or podcast suggestions, please email us at
Majona, Majona, at lifeafterliferadio.com. Why is it Life After Life Radio and not Life After Life Podcast?
That's just a real good question.
Because this is going to be a radio show someday.
We are creators.
We're going to take it out. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, looking forward to that. So what Mary's request was that we address is, how do you talk to kids that see spirits and maybe they're a little afraid of it or don't know it's okay? Just how do you have those conversations, especially if you yourself don't see the spirits?
Now, are you talking, let's define kids in this context. Are we talking about young ones? Or are we talking about children of those who have passed on, even if those children are older?
Oh, that's a great question. From her email, I believe she's talking about young people, not people left from someone that crossed over, but somebody that's young, because kids don't have the filters that we do. Often they have not yet been told by society that they are not seeing those or people that they're seeing, or that they're, invisible playmates.
Or it's the stress that's causing the trauma that's letting you see things that aren't there.
Oh, yeah. All of those. So the kids just don't filter that. And, I know for myself, if somebody, and they did when I actually hit middle school, when someone was telling me, oh, this is not possible, and I'm thinking, really? Then who is that? And by the way, your aunt is not liking what you're saying right now.
Yeah, what is that wolf doing standing over your shoulder, growling?
Yes, exactly.
We know a guy who sees to that extent. I
Yeah.
don't think that's been yours as much, but he sees a lot of stuff that's
Other dimensional, otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what do you do? All right. I love this question because I so wish that I would have had this guidance when I was a child. So first of all, please let them know that it's okay. And if they have been allowed to watch any sort of scary movies, stop that immediately, because that's for sensationalism. It's to help people get scared and raise their adrenaline level and to increase ratings. It is not based in the truth. And even if it's based maybe lightly in the truth, it's still embellished. So with my personal children, they never were allowed to watch scary movies and that show, about people that see ghosts and convey the message to other people. And I'm hesitant to say the name because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if I should say that or not, but talking to ghosts. So I just didn't let my kids see it. And when they got old enough to realize, well, my friends watch this, it sounds kind of cool, why can't I watch it?
You're not talking about Scooby-Doo, are you?
No, those were legitimate ghosts. Hello.
Okay. All right.
Well, okay, no, well, it wasn't, was it? It was always somebody dressed up. I don't know. Ruh-roh. So I told my kids that, because you know what this really is. You know that when spirits are talking to you, whether it's somebody you know that or you don't know, whether they are truly trying to communicate with you or they're just in the space, passing through, whatever the case may be, you know that, one, they cannot, even if they wanted to, and honestly, I have never encountered anyone that wanted to cause any damage or pain or fear or anything else. But we know that they can't. Even if they wanted to hurt us, they can't. We have free will. So they can't do anything you're not willing to let them do. Secondly, it's just not scary. And oftentimes they are almost as freaked out by the whole thing as we are. So when my son once saw a spirit walking across the floor, he said to me, Mom, I think dead people live in that wall because did you see that man? He had on overalls and he just walked across the floor and stared at me the whole way. And I said, well, did you say hi? And he said, he just, looked at me like.
That's how you teach your children about.
Yeah. Right. It's like, he was a little confused by that because he had asked if I saw the person. Well, I wasn't even looking. I was busy doing something else. Did you say hi? And he said, no. And I said, well, you probably freaked him out then, didn't you? This poor guy was watching you and he's thinking, wait, he's looking at me. Does he see me? Why don't other people see me? Why does everybody else ignore me? So he was trying to figure out the same thing that you were. And then he just walked into the wall. He just happened to be able to go through it where you would have bounced off. So very non-threatening. So let the kids know that it is non-threatening. First of all, it's safe. It's non-threatening. These people are here just sort of living their lives, but they just don't have bodies. And then once they rest in that and they know that they're safe and they're not seeing things or imagining or you're not going to be angry, just, ask them to communicate. Really be interested, not overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, what did you see? But what was that? I didn't get to see it. Will you tell me what you saw? So make it inviting. Let them share with you in a safe way and only what they're comfortable in sharing, and reaffirm for them that it is safe. These people can't hurt you. Wow, I wish I could have seen that. That must have been so cool. So when they know that, okay, this is a gift, it's not a curse, and it's pretty cool, that will help them open up as well. And then if they're caught off guard, again, they can ask the spirit to stop, go away, leave, or whatever. The other big thing is to employ the children's angels. And there's a really good chance that they have communication with their angels as well, and they may or may not know them as angels. If they're very small children, they may just think of them as a friend. It's just a playmate. I had an angel who that's just always referred to him, herself, as friend. So again, that's okay. And encourage conversation and tell them if this startles you, like if spirits are waking you up at night and you don't like that, that's okay. And you can tell them, you know what, I need to sleep. So please don't bother me tonight. And then ask your angels to block you from that, shield that. And the angels are very happy to help with that. And they have to have an invitation. They can't infringe on your free will.
Now, we were talking in a couple of podcasts back about your brother contacting your dad through the CB radio.
Uh-huh.
When we're talking about older kids of, let's say they lost their father or grandfather, but they're teenagers or they're in their early 20s or something, and they're grappling with this and they have an encounter. But they're skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not talking about some of those steps that you talked about that you would use with younger kids. How would you talk to those older kids?
Well, similar in that make it a safe conversation and let them know that it's a safe situation. So if it's somebody that they love, again, you know what? Your family member loves you so much and misses you just like you miss them, that they're reaching out to you. And especially, they know you miss them, and the cool thing is sometimes they can even, you don't have to talk out loud. If you're thinking about them, they get that and they show up and they want to help you feel better. So maybe they're giving you a hug or whatever. And this is how you start to work with it. Just open up, make it safe, open the channels of communication with the child, however old that child is, and let them know, there are people that probably think this isn't for real. And that might be because it just doesn't happen for them, and seeing is believing. And I want you to know that I firmly believe that it's real And I think it's so cool that you're getting to have this experience. So I think just conversation, the more conversation, the better. And it may have to come from you first, establishing that it's safe and establishing that it's normal. Actually, this is more normal than blocking it. It's just energy. And then allow that child to also feel safe in communicating with the spirit as if they were right here, as if they were, embodied, 3D, and having conversations with them. And, make it kind of a game or, at least a relaxed conversation. And are you really hearing them? Or are you intuitively hearing them? Do you get to, help them clue in to what senses are engaged? That will help them develop this even better. And then ask them to share with you, and they can talk to that spirit and let them know, this kind of freaks me out if they're not really open to it. I love you. I miss you. I want to talk to you. So maybe when you show up, I won't be so surprised if you let me smell your cologne first before I see you, or show up in my dreams, whatever's non-threatening for them. But I think usually once they know that it's okay, they're safe physically, they're safe emotionally, and that's because this person loves them and is reaching out to them. My experience is kids are pretty cool, and they catch on, and they get it. And then they actually get it better than the adults.
I can't help but to think, in wrapping this up, 1972 consciousness. Now, this is, we were watching this, and a lot of the people watching this are now the parents or really the grandparents. But I have no idea if this is going to work, but this is from the episode Scooby-Doo Meets Batman from 1972.
My tomb, the tomb of gloom. Away, away, or you'll meet your doom.
Oh my gosh. Oh, if you could see this. So there's a sheet, right, that looks like it's just absolutely.
That's the scary ghost from 1972,
oh
Scooby-Doo.
My gosh, Doom. You're going to meet your doom.
You've come to my, oh.
Like what's exit?
Like what's exit?
Let's
get out of here.
Right? Running on air. Oh, I'm so glad that that's not the way it is. And yeah, so you're right. Even in
we
cartoons,
have come a long way, haven't we?
We have come a long way.
Because, that's what we watched. And as long as that's your filter, it's, then you kind of do think, wow, get out of here, dude.
Golly, that's terrible.
Isn't that great?
Oh my gosh. So thank you so much for listening. And if you have any other questions, please let us know. I hope this was helpful. And, let your kids reach out to me. I would love to hear from them, too. That'd be so cool. So, Majona at lifeafterliferadio.com. And until next time, namaste.